And just like our title suggests, I'm kind of in a pickle. Now, I am surrounded by civilization. It's just crawling up out of these woods. I was making a video for you guys back in this wooded area, and crap kind of got real quick when I'm just exhausted from crawling through these woods. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble my metal detector, which I was trying to metal detect. I'm going to disassemble my metal detector, try to make it smaller because we're going to have to crawl out of these woods and get, I'm carrying too much equipment, really. I've actually done this before where I've left equipment behind when I'm in the woods and I don't want it to get dark in the woods. So what's up, y'all? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble my equipment. Now we are actually surrounded by wild hogs, so that's not good either. We're somewhere in Manatee County. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble my metal detector. I don't have any water on me, but I did drink a lot of water before I came on this little trip. And I got my metal detector here, which I think I'm just going to, let's see how much further I can disassemble all this. I'm going to disassemble everything so that I can crawl out of the woods, because I'm so deep into the woods that we're going to have to crawl through some stuff to get out. So with all this equipment, it's going to be nearly impossible. So to get us out of here, the first thing we're going to do is disassemble all of our equipment, because we're going to have to crawl through a lot of stuff to get out of here. So what I'm doing now is just simply disassembling all of my metal detector and all of its equipment, so that and I don't even know if this is going to disassemble. This might just be corroded solid here. What's up, man? My metal detector might just be corroded solid. So I guess I'm gonna have to, we'll figure this out, guys. We're gonna get us out of here. I know my camera's sideways. That's because I'm literally trying to figure out what I'm gonna do to get us up out of here. So let me stick my metal detector inside the book bag, and that there, and then this can go like that. I'm just trying to put everything in my book bag and prepare to escape. We'll be moving here in a second, guys. Before I start moving, I just want to compact all my equipment, because yeah, we actually, yeah, there were some, you guys will see the video I recorded today. I actually did some pretty neat exploration and discovered some pretty neat places today. And yes, there were some definitely syringe-filled homeless camps. So that's my metal detector in my book bag right there. That's about as compact as that's gonna get. So we are, look at this, guys. There's actually royal palm trees here in the woods. So, all right, we gotta find our way out. I had to disassemble all my equipment, my metal detector. We need to get up out of here before it gets dark. The last thing you ever want to do is be stuck in the woods at night. So we are now on a real life Florida adventure, trying to crawl back to civilization. The only problem that I have is that we're surrounded by wild hogs. I'll show you guys their droppings and their markings, which are everywhere around us. Like, we're literally surrounded by wild hogs. How's the drought there? I know we're in for months. Yeah, it's very dry. The area that we're in right now would normally be a swamp, inaccessible. I think right here, let's see what this is. Yeah, we're definitely deep in a drought. That's the only reason we're even able to get in these woods. All right, guys, we need to find our way out of here. Let's return the camera back this way. There's a royal Cuban palm tree right there. So that's what I was trying to get to, but at this point, we just need to get up out of here. What's up, everybody? And yes, we did find some homeless camps earlier today in the woods in very unexpected places. I can see an opening going that way and one going that way. I'm going to go that way. Now, I was heading north. We're going to be heading south now. The goal was really to head north as much as we could. And by doing that, we were going to hopefully get up out of here. But I ran into a difficult spot So I'm gonna have to crawl on the ground here. Here we go, guys. We're gonna have to get on the ground and crawl underneath these branches. That might be poison ivy right there. Oh crap. My book bag is stuck. Come on, book bag, don't get stuck on me. So we're literally crawling through the ground now, guys. I can hear people talking up ahead, but there's a swamp between me and them. All right, guys. We gotta crawl to get where we're going. Literally, I'm crawling on the ground to get up out of here. Look, we're in a tunnel. We gotta crawl through these little tunnels to get out. Oh, my knees are so screwed up. Oh. What's up? Yo, Kevin. Well, you know me, brother. Adventure, adventure, adventure. The mosquitoes are starting to come out. That's the last thing we need right now. All right, we crawled through that. I'm sure my book bag is still sealed. All right, guys. All right. Let's get up out of here, y'all. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Kevin. You've been there with me, brother. So, there's a trail going that way, but I already explored that trail and it leads nowhere. So the next thing is we can crawl through here on our bellies, or we can walk through here to get out that way. Let's see if we can crawl through here standing up. We do need a machete. A machete wouldn't just be another thing to carry. That's the problem, really. My book bag's caught, guys. My book bag has my metal detector sticking out of it, so it's getting caught on 20 things here. I know the camera's shaky, guys, but okay. So we just gotta squeeze through here. All right. We made it out of that one. All right, guys. We made it through that one. Now we're in the open again. All right. Wow. And it's... You definitely got a feeling of being in the woods with Jose. Oh, facts, man. I did some pretty good exploration today. You guys will see the video. I discovered an abandoned homestead in the woods that I was hoping was going to produce. A machete would just be something else to carry. And then we got to figure out how we're going to get up out of here. I think I'm already carrying enough crap. A machete would just be something extra to carry. In fact, you don't want a machete. I think I had some Panera on the way in, so I'm good on that. I just want to get back to my truck so that I can get my water back. All right, guys. Here's an interesting problem. I don't remember which way I came in through. I think I came in through that little entrance right there. All right, guys, 8 minutes in. We're almost at 100 people watching, so make sure you hit the like button. I metal detected this whole area here underneath these big trees, and I didn't find anything at all. I didn't get a single hit back here. Normally, homeless people come in and leave all types of garbage and beer bottles. We're so deep in, there's none of that. Look at the size of these two trees right here. We hit 100 people watching a second ago, so make sure y'all hit the like button. As a general rule, I don't like to go live unless I can get 100 likes, and I don't think we're going to even get that many views or likes, because hopefully in 15 to 10 minutes we're out of here. Got some animal droppings right there. I don't want to be in these woods forever. I'm exhausted. Now, there are these two very large trees here, and then there's a Royal Cuban palm tree in the middle, and I was hoping that there'd be something in there worth exploring, but unfortunately we found nothing. So we are now faced with an interesting issue, because to get in here, I had to jump over some poison ivy trees. There might be a trail through here. Yep, always having, and I'm wearing boots today, Kevin. Check these boots out, man. They were $115 They're really nice. They're boots, but they're very lightweight. So there's no way out through there. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have to crawl over all these trees to get up out of here. Let's take a look. Check this out, guys. So this tree fell during the hurricane, and when it fell, it lost a few shells off the ground. Check that out. Yeah, these boots are sturdy and they're lightweight. Yes, and I have a compass in my phone. But it's not to the west, actually. This time of year, see, that would be a big mistake. Because this time of year, the sun is actually to the south. This time of year, it's actually the southwest. All right, guys. So now, the biggest issue we're going to face is that to get out of here, we're going to have to jump over all these trees, believe it or not. This is all poison ivy. All of it. I'm not sure I'm ready to do this, but hey, we can't be in these woods all day, so let's do it. This stuff is really tricky because even though it's about 6 to 8 feet tall, you just have to walk over it. And these are all poison ivy vines. So, of course, if we fall, we're going to get covered in poison ivy. So the idea is just to walk over this stuff. And as you're walking over it, you're sinking, you're getting caught. And on top of that, again, it's mostly poison ivy. So step lightly, catch your balance, and keep moving forward. Now we're literally on top of a mountain of vines. So if we fall through, we can easily get hurt. We're like, it's over my head now. But we have to keep fighting and crawling on these vines. Obviously, it's very unsteady. So we might be out and back on the trail soon. Okay, guys, hopefully we're out. Yes, we made it out of the woods. Oh, gosh. That was a nightmare. Okay. That was a nightmare. But we crawled out and we're back on the trail. Check out Interstate 75. It's at a crawl right now. The interstate's at a crawl, guys. Oh, that was exhausting. But we're not out of danger yet. Because now, on this trail is where the hogs are. So it's actually the most dangerous stretch. You can see their droppings are everywhere. Dropping there, dropping there. The wild hogs, at night, they like to forage on the side of the interstate. So now we got to make sure that we don't run into hogs. As we're crawling through here. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I want to go home and take a shower. Now there's more trails. Like, see, you can see the wild hogs have been stirring up the dirt here. There's a lot more trails to explore out here. So these are kind of like little caves of lots of coffee on the ground. This is like a little cave in here. The hills have Cubans. They sure do in Florida, brother. All right. And crackheads, too. Don't forget those guys. All right. Let me check my book bag and make sure it hasn't opened up on us. We're good. All right. I do not carry a weapon in the woods. In Florida, it is felony to trespass with a weapon. Now, I'm not technically trespassing, but if I were to accidentally trespass on somebody's property and I was armed, it would be a felony. So why take that sort of risk, right? That wouldn't. Here's the hogs making holes right here. See that hole right there? That's the hogs. So in the evening, the hogs crawl out of the woods and they eat around here. So if it gets any later, we're actually going to run in the hogs, and that's, see, they're digging holes all through here. So this is kind of pretty freaking dangerous. I'm not worried about those guys. They need to be worried about me. Yeah, the hogs have definitely been coming through here. You can see their nose have been sticking in the ground, digging holes. So the only nightmare left is running into wild hogs. Armadillos make smaller holes than that. Hogs make huge holes. Armadillos, a little smaller. The little small holes are armadillos. If they're that big, they're going to be wild hogs. You can see there's like little caves that come in here. And I'm sure this probably floods. It wouldn't be a great place to be. Wouldn't be the best place to be homeless. I'm pretty sure this floods. But these are like caves in here, guys. Look at this. Look at these little areas. These are like caves. Look at this. They're like tunnels between the black pepper trees. And you can see there's actually like a hill there. And there's a limestone rock popping out of that. Look at that, guys. Huge limestone rock there. That's an incredibly valuable fact to know. Yes, it is. Now, it isn't worth being armed. So I don't carry a weapon. I just don't carry weapons, period. That's just, I don't. If I run into somebody who is gonna hurt me, I just hope that they're rich and I hope they're rich and I can sue them for hurting me. I don't really, I believe that you can resolve, I don't want to be armed. I just don't. It actually makes me more paranoid. Being armed, to me, it just makes me feel paranoid. And I feel like when I've been armed in the past, I just get all paranoid, and I don't want to be like that. We were lost earlier. We finally made our way back to the trail. When the video started, I was definitely a little desperate because I crawled myself into nowhere. I do not need a weapon. I've never carried one. Don't care to. I grew up in Naples, and I used to go into the Everglades without a weapon. And if you guys know Naples, that's the real world. That's where the black bears and the panthers are. I used to go into the woods, and next thing you know, you're 15 feet away from a black bear. You know what the black bear does when it sees you? It runs away. So no, I don't carry weapons. If you're scared, stay at home. Basically, is my philosophy on exploration. Is if you're scared, stay home. Don't come out here if you're scared. Oh gosh, I'm exhausted. But if you're scared, stay home. Basically, don't be out here if you're scared. Got you on live again. Appreciate it, man. We could go see, these might be armadillos right here. They're a little bit smaller. Yeah, the Krugers here are old ladies. Those are the ones you really got to watch out for. The old Krugers down there in Port Charlotte, those are the dangerous ones. Now, there's a wooded area. I think we're almost out of here, guys. Make sure you guys hit the... I got out, brother. I was lost earlier and I got a little frustrated. But I think we're back on the trail now, so we're good now. For a minute, we were kind of scratching our heads, wondering where the crap we were. But I think we are out of that predicament now, thankfully. Yeah, please hit the like button, guys. I want to get 100 likes before I end the live stream. I wonder if there's another area I can explore. I parked over there at the Target, so I'm wondering if there's somewhere else we can go to explore. I'm sure you guys don't want me to end the live stream, right? We just got to find... Maybe go explore some homeless camps together on live or something. I don't know what you guys want to do. We can go into the woods, or we can go into the camps. Do a 1-week survival challenge. I'd be tempted to cheat. I think most people that do those survival challenges are going to cheat at some point or another. Oh gosh, I'm exhausted. I've been doing this all day long. These boots aren't too heavy, but it's quite the workout. Oh yeah, this little creek right here. All right, guys. I think we're back to civilization, but there are some wooded areas not far from here that we could go explore. I think in a 5-minute car ride, we could be somewhere else that's interesting. Oh, this little last hill Do we have camping gear? We used to. I think we threw it away before we moved. Every year, I go through every year. We kind of, I guess, yes, kind of. We're at the Target now. Oh gosh, I'm exhausted. Yo. Oh. Okay, does that sound like something Katie would watch? Check out this beautiful Lexus, guys. Beautiful red Lexus. Nice. Katie's at home watching TV. All right, I'm exhausted. I need a water so bad. Gosh, I'm exhausted. Oh, watch out for those turtles. Now this is the real jungle right here at Target in Lakewood Ranch. Watch out for the Karens. They don't bite you. Make sure the Karens don't attack. Oh gosh, I'm tired. Look at that. One of those ridiculous Cybertrucks over there. It's exactly what you would expect at a Target in Lakewood Ranch, by the way. Oh, I need water so bad. Oh, dang it. So we got to find another wooded area to explore. Do you guys want to find another wooded area to explore? Is that what we're doing here? Gosh, I would never buy a Tesla. Listen to how loud my truck is. It sounds like a dump truck. It's like blah, 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 blah. All right, Target red. Yeah, buddy. Okay. All right, guys. So let's ditch the book bag. We probably don't need that right now. Let's ditch the book bag in the back seat. Dragged around a bag of potato chips and a banana for no reason all day. All right, we're here. Air conditioner. We made it alive. And the most important thing, my water. Oh, do I need a water? Give me a second, y'all. Whew. Wow, that is a workout. What a workout right there that was. Getting my hands dirty. Fluffy's barking. Oh, no. Where'd Fluffy discover now? Put this up here. Okay. Back to civilization. The most important thing I've been anxiously awaiting is my water. Why would you say something that rude, man? I'm gonna block you, dude. That's super disrespectful. That is super disrespectful. 24 hours, you're blocked, dude. Why would you even say that? Just in case you don't know, crap head, Katie almost died before she had a surgery recently that fixed the breathing problem. She had an obstruction that just about killed her, and she had to have a life-saving surgery. Someone's walking by the doors. Yeah, that'll make her go nuts. So it's really super disrespectful for you to say that, dude. You're so out of line, dude. Katie literally had to have a life-saving surgery because of her breathing. And after the surgery, she's been breathing normal. It was a real medical situation she had, and you're laughing at somebody's medical situation. You are a piece of crap, dude. Super freaking internet bullies, bro. Alright, guys. Let's get us to 100 likes. We're at 91 in 23 minutes. Let's, what's up from Northport? Yeah, buddy. Shout out to Northport, man. We got Kevin and a few other people watching from Northport. So shout outs to Northport. Let me, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to find another wooded area to explore. Are you on the brand new Target on 64? That's exactly where we are. I'm just enjoying this air conditioner. I've been out there in the woods for like hours all day today. I'm exhausted. Let me see if I can find another wooded area to explore. It can't be a trespassing area. We have to find an area where it's not trespassing. And an area where there's enough signal to live stream from. That's going to be challenging. Let me just see what I can think of. You already know XS64. Yeah, buddy. 75 and 64. Let me see on the map. Please focus on the positive ones here. Yeah, we're going to ignore. Yeah, we got to 100 likes. Awesome. We got to 100 likes in 25 minutes. You guys are the best. Okay, so we are at the Target, and let me see if there's any more wooded areas we could explore. Let me just look at a map real quick, guys, and see where we can go explore. Here's a wooded area I haven't explored, and I think it's a common ground where we won't get in trouble for exploring it. We would go up and take a right. There's the dog parks. I'm just trying to find somewhere. Went to Lake Webb yesterday. There you go. Katie is doing better. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. All right, guys. I'm just trying to find an area we can explore that won't... Oh, I see a good one. All right, guys. So I see an area we could probably explore, which would take us... Let's just go drive. We'll find it. Wherever it is, we're just gonna find it. I really enjoy listening to your videos, your home state. You're really the voice of reason. Yeah, that's not a lot of reason left in Florida at this point. But I'm exhausted. Those black peppers, like, they have like a dust that gets all up in your lungs, and when you go in the woods and you can't breathe for 3 days. But we're gonna find a wooded area to explore together. We just gotta make sure we're not trespassing, so it has to be like a common area so that we don't get in trouble. You could go at Brandon Castle in the historical Snowbird Village. Brandon Castle, yeah. You guys want to go into the city of Bradenton? I'm not sure about that one. The city, I know what you're saying, but that's not much. You know what? There's DeSoto. Yeah, I would almost rather do something more more outdoorsy than that. That's kind of like a historical thing. I'm in the mood for outdoorsy. Yeah, this Target's really nice. This whole area is really nice, really. Man, I'm out of breath. Ugh. Alligator, famous last words. Yes, absolutely. Alligators could definitely be your last word. So this is like what most of Lakewood Ranch is. There's just like wooded patches everywhere. Back over here behind the Walmart, the Target now. We'll have to find an area we can explore safely. I'm happy to be planning. We live a lot of our personal life. Yes, of course. People don't know. You guys don't know our personal lives. You don't put that stuff on the internet. We just show you guys our travel and explorations. But it's just every once in a while you meet an idiot like that. You know, they're laughing at you. And there's just internet bullies. Like, we're not going to pay attention to them, period. You got white people walking poodles and stuff around here. That's one of them shiny spot dogs right there. I like the haircut of that dog. We're going to be taking our dog to the groomer soon. So, and the groomer is actually coming to us. Yeah. You guys go Freeman Factory. Do we go to the Freedom Factory? I don't, and I'll tell you why I don't. He has a policy where you're not allowed to record YouTube videos because only he's allowed to. And that's good enough for me not to ever go there. That's the only, that's good enough for me not to go. So, yeah, I don't go there because it's like, well, if you're the only one that's allowed to make YouTube videos there, and who cares? So I think this area, we gotta find an area we can actually explore. I know a few places I could take you guys in Lakewood Ranch that are good. Let me see here. We're gonna go this way. This is a really nice part of Lakewood Ranch back here. It's almost Upper Manatee meets Lakewood Ranch. All gated communities and golf courses and bike trails and stuff. McJagger's house? No, he's off of Highway 70. Or his old house was off of Highway 70. That's a little bit further south from here. There used to be a spot I used to go to, but ever since they opened up, I actually do know a really neat spot not far from here. But the problem is, well, I think, we'll find the right spot. Here's a park here. So we might be able to park at the park and then walk into the woods. We gotta find a place to park first. Wow, this is nice. There's like a big pier and a big lake. Golf course on the left. But there is a wooded area here on the left we're gonna go into. So let us park. Well, we should be able to park over here. Ow. Massive speed bump. Alright guys, we're gonna park over here at this park, and from here we should be able to walk to a wooded area from here. Let's there should be something to explore around here. Let me drink a little bit of water before we head out. Get a little bit of water in my system. Actually, it's mostly just ice in there at this point, so we're gonna you'll be surprised how much water you'll drink when you're doing heavy exercise. Might even walk to the park if there's a water fountain and refill my water. I like your camo shirt. Yeah, it's browning. All right. Give me a second real quick, guys. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's water at this park before I walk into the woods. Oh, the 64-ounce bottle of Walmart. Man, you'll drink that when you're thirsty. Get our stabilizer on. And we step out into the wilderness of Lakewood Ranch. Dude, I am so exhausted. Let me see if there's a walk. Oh, I don't even know if I can walk anymore, y'all. Oh. There might be a water fountain here. Let me see. I don't know if there's a water fountain anywhere out here. It would be great if there was, because I am just thirsty. Nothing like walking into the woods when you're already thirsty. I don't think there's a water fountain here. There is, but it's probably a half-a-mile walk. Let's do some exploration. We'll go in without water. The problem is that being hydrated would require walking about half a mile that way, and I'm just not walking half a mile right now. All right, guys, so this, oh, it smells horrible here. This area is, it's a park, but I believe there's just somewhere we could just walk into the woods. What time is it over there? Florida is Eastern time. That's a pretty straightforward question right there. Florida is Eastern time. I didn't even know there was a park this big over here. I'm trying to be more active and healthy. All right. I don't know if I parked at the right place or not, guys. I feel like I might have parked at the wrong place. I don't know if there's a better place to park for this. What's up? We're just going for a walk. We hit our first goal, which is 100 likes. And that's really all I expect from you guys. If we can get 100 likes, there's nothing to complain about. There's some baseball fields over here. You're on the treadmill right now. Okay, man, I'm turning on the TV and full screen it, and you're walking with me right now. Trying to be healthier, but it's not easy. It's not easy being cheesy. Oh, dang, I think there's another parking lot over here. What's up, bro? I'm tired, man. I've been walking through the woods. So tired, bro. All right, guys. It's a start, man. You got to start somewhere. Dang, I should have parked at this parking lot. We walked for nothing here. And by the way, I'm wearing like camo head to toe and boots, so I look like somewhat of an idiot doing this. Here you are going for a walk in Lakewood Ranch and you run into Jose. Oh, dude, that was so dope, man. You're just talking, man. Losing people here. What's going on? I'm in Maryland eating watermelon thinking of Florida. Dang it. I was wanting to crawl into the woods right there, but I'm starting to see that there's a fence. Oh, well, I guess we're just going for a walk together at this point. We're losing people. Imagine you subscribe to watch me go on an adventure and now we're walking on a sidewalk. That's not much of a unfulfilling promises there. No wonder people are checking out. We got to get something to... There's another parking lot over here, which is probably where we should have parked to begin with. Like what we popped out of the Naples Woods near the gas station. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so there's a park over here. I think there might be a place where I can drink some water to rehydrate myself over here. I wanted to crawl into the woods over here, but it looks like there's a fence. So, all right, there's a lighthouse and a gazebo over here. Yeah, this got boring really quick. We started off adventurous, now we're in the suburbs. No wonder people are checking out. Something smells awful here. There's more woods to come somewhere. We might just have to drive somewhere further. I don't think there's anything here, guys. There's a park and a gazebo. I was thinking of going in the woods there, but there's a fence, so that's a no right there. I'm not jumping any fences to go exploring. There's only so far I'll go for the internet. All right. Anybody watching right now thinking about moving to Florida in the near future? Let me know. I am not a realtor, so you don't have to be afraid. I'm just curious. Yeah, buddy. All right. So we should go fishing together, guys. We need some video ideas. Yeah, buddy. How about the hick voice, buddy? Man, I tell you what, man, it'd be wrong tooted or something like that. Making fun of people's way of talking like that. That's just wrong tooted or something like that. I don't understand why you would make fun of somebody's way of talking. It's wrong to do something like that. It's just wrong to do something like that. Folks are just trying to be themselves, and you're over here laughing at their voices and stuff like that. I wouldn't do anything like that sort to folks out there. It'd be a wrong thing to do. Never been here before. Lakewood Ridge has so many places like I've never been to. Like, this would be one of them. There's a lighthouse here. I hope there's a water fountain somewhere. I'm so freaking thirsty. I had a little bit of water. I drank it, and now I'm still thirsty. I'm definitely dehydrated. Nice big lake here. Look at the birds. Well, there's a water jug here, but I don't think it's for me to drink out of. Purified water jug right there. Security cameras in use. Very awkward how they just built a lighthouse here in the middle of nowhere. Does anybody find this peculiar and weird? They would just build a lighthouse here in the middle of nowhere. Here we go. We got somebody saying, Rhode Island native here transplanted to Florida, Texas, or Florida. Howdy, Norwegian experience. We are looking to move. Somebody said, let me see. I'm not alone. We're looking to move to Florida. Okay, people are moving to Florida. Well, you got palm trees and wallabies. Man, I have taken you guys on a journey to nowhere. I'm on a desperate hunt for water, and I run into this water jug here. Finally caught a decent bass yesterday. Oh, that's what's up. There's a horrible smell out here. I guess I'm going to take the trail back so we don't double up in the scenery. Left Tampa 4 months ago, not looking to go back. Things in Florida have really gone to crap. I mean, a lot of times people, that's one of those Chinese fighting poodles. A lot of people think that I'm just exaggerating or clickbaiting stuff, but bro, you can't make some of this stuff up that we're seeing on our channel. You know, if we had good things happening, we used to do videos. Oh, there's a pelican over there. We used to do videos all the time showing the good. These days, the bad outweighs the good. And that's why there isn't that much good to show about Florida. From Maui, living in Idaho, you're thinking about coming to Polk County. Wow. What sucks about living in Idaho? It's just the isolation. Why leave Idaho? Seems like a dream destination with mountains and crap like that. Would you leave? Why would you want to leave Idaho to go to Polk County? Seems like a tragedy right there. I couldn't imagine going from Idaho to Polk County. It's like going from a Mercedes-Benz to a Kia. And a broken Kia at that, with a blown head gasket. And a "We Support Law Enforcement" bumper sticker. Idaho to Polk County sounds like going from a Mercedes-Benz to a Kia. There's Mormons there's Mormons in Idaho. I thought they were just in Utah. They're in Idaho now too. Those dang Mormons. I heard, like, I mean, I don't know how accurate this is, but I've heard from people that the Mormons, like, won't hire you unless you're Mormon. You can't get a job out there or nothing. I'm not sure what the issue is. What a great place to be homeless. There's so many things to explore here. Arizona too. So the Mormons is the issue with living in Idaho. I haven't really... I've ran into Mormons here or there. Every once in a while I'll get a Mormon on Uber or something. Not really familiar with them much. The ones I've met seem decent. But I can definitely understand how it's not everybody's cup of tea living. So here's a wooded area. Let's explore. And we're in a park. Okay. There's a pipe here. There's a pipe, some garbage. All right, guys, we're in the woods now. What the crap is out here? That looks like a really old tennis ball. Look at the amount of mosquitoes out here. I don't think there's anything interesting in here. An old tennis ball. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be all that much going on here. We'll crawl back into civilization. There's another tennis ball right here. So I guess there must be a tennis court somewhere around here. There's a baseball field right there. Okay, so there's baseballs in the woods here. The job market is horrendous in Florida. You better have a lot saved. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So here's an opportunity to crawl into the woods. I don't think that doesn't look very promising. It doesn't look exciting or promising, so we're going to skip on that one. Yeah, the market for jobs in Florida right now, bro, it's bad. I mean, I can't really emphasize this enough. If you move to Florida right now, you better have some money. And you better be okay parting with that money. Because the job market here... Okay, I see a water fountain over there. Yeah, the job market in Florida is so bad right now. Now, I went Uber driving on February the 14th, Valentine's Day. And I actually did pretty well. I made $150 in 3 hours, which is $50 an hour. Kind of bizarre because Uber's been brutally bad. I quit Uber driving now. I'm not doing it. You're averaging $10, $12, $11 an hour. That's how bad it is in Florida right now. Holidays are, an exception. Like Valentine's Day, I made $50 an hour. And I had... Okay, I don't know if I should spoil it. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if I should spoil it by telling you guys. But I had the craziest Uber experience. I'm just hoping to make a video out of it. Now, the camera was not inside the vehicle. The guy gave me a $50 tip cash, so I can't put him on blast, basically. Here's a water fountain. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully this water fountain's working. But yeah, the guy gave me a $50 tip, so I can't put him on blast because what happened was horrible. Oh, shoot. I will call Morgan. I got it on video. I'll call Morgan. Morgan, I got it on video, brother. My luck, I'm terrified of baseballs, man. I see my mouth is messed up like that. Man, yeah, I did, brother. I used to play baseball, and after that happened, I'm just terrified. I hear that sound, I get scared. All right, guys, we got water here. Dang, man, tell you what, man. Y'all gonna call Morgan on y'all people right there, man. Y'all rich family, because if I get hit, I don't want y'all to be broke. I don't want to get hit. I won't get hit upside the head by a broke person. All right, brother. I won't be getting hit by broke people. Dude, I'm just leaving. Y'all scaring me. What did I do to y'all, man? Okay. So, yes, I did get hit by a baseball when I was little. And I used to play baseball in Louisville. And after I got hit, I never stepped foot on a baseball field again. It was a terrifying experience. And I have been scared ever since. Let me get up out of here, though. I'm terrified of baseballs. I'm absolutely terrified of baseballs. In fact, I hear that noise and I'm scared. But because I got hit right in the face, I was playing baseball with my older cousins and I took a hit right to the face, lost like 2 or 3. It was just a nightmare. And my cousins, after I got hurt, my cousins had to hide me for a few days because they didn't want my dad to know that I got hurt with them, you know. My cousins had to hide me for a few days after it happened because they were scared of my dad and what my dad would do for hurting his little baby. But yes, I am terrified of baseballs. And it's crazy because I grew up playing baseball with all my cousins and family, but after the accident where it destroyed my teeth, well, I already had messed up teeth because I used to fight a lot. But that was like the icing on the cake for me right there. All right. Beautiful park here. Chicago is the most beautiful city in the U.S. No, it's not. Not even close. It's nice, but it's not the most beautiful city in the U.S. The most beautiful city in the U.S., I think, is San Francisco. Okay, large cities only. Miami, San Francisco, New York, and San Diego. Chicago could be in the top 20, but not top 10. Is that jewelry? A piece of jewelry? There's an awful smell out here. All right, road rage. Typical Florida. We should go to a road raging place and just hang out and watch road rage. One of your neighbors died from a baseball hit. That's terrifying. Greenville, South Carolina is beautiful. No, it ain't. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Best skyline is Chicago. Okay, skylines. Even Chicago's got one of the biggest skylines. But big and beautiful are just two totally different things. For example, my wife may not be big, but she sure is beautiful. Big and beautiful are just two different things. The Carolina full of people who moved to Florida. Yeah, things are getting bad in Florida. I can confirm to you that things in Florida have gone to crap. Guys, I don't know. Are you still watching, Katie? We got to decide on dinner. I don't like Cincinnati. A lot of people from Cincinnati are moving to Florida right now. Cincinnati, a lot. I mean, like, I think in this area, probably 1 in 10 people I get on Uber are from Cincinnati. Yeah, a lot of people from Cincinnati are moving to Florida, particularly Sarasota. I don't know why. I think it's just too racist and too violent, and the layout of the city's weird. I like Pittsburgh more. I like Pittsburgh more. Not really a fan of Cincinnati. Beautiful downtown, though. It's a beautiful downtown. Their food scene sucks. Like, they think it's great, bless their heart. All their nasty... Again, I don't think Greenville's pretty. I think it's a nasty looking city. If you think it's pretty, good for you. Like, I don't like it. I don't like Greenville at all. Charlotte, North Carolina has a nice downtown, but I wouldn't live there for anything. Make an offer. Bro, you went from not liking Florida to liking Florida. Make up your mind. I don't have to make up my mind. I can change my mind whenever I feel like it. Who told you that my mind had to be made? I can change my mind as many times as I want to. I done changed my mind over and over again, like that country song says. Over and over again. All right, guys. I don't know why there's a fence there, but not ideal. We're gonna go down that way. Let's see where we can park. I see an area I want to explore, but we have to be able to park somewhere. Let's see where we can park. Because there's a wooded area in front of us, but there's a fence around it. Put on my seatbelt. I don't have to like or dislike Florida. Honestly, Vero Beach in the house. What's up, Vero? Vero Beach. I like to say Vero, but you guys say Vero, which sounds like Varo. I like Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a nice city. And I'm not a fan of North Carolina, but I like Raleigh. I thought Wilmington was kind of neat, but their traffic is unbearable. I thought Wilmington traffic was just absolutely unbearable. Couldn't believe how bad traffic was there. How do you like Orlando? I am not a fan of Orlando at all. Never liked Orlando. I like some of the suburbs of Orlando, but I don't like Orlando. If I had to live in Orlando, I would live in probably, like, if I had to live in Orlando, I would probably live in, like, Lake Mary, somewhere on the northeast side. Like, Lake Mary is really nice. I really like Lake Nona in Orlando. That's a place I like. But, you know, me liking it, we almost moved to Orlando just because it's a big metro. But that was when Florida was on a come up. I'm glad we did it, actually. I went Uber driving in Orlando quite a bit, and man, you couldn't make more than... Here's a wooded area here with a trail. There might be some homeless camps back in there. Let me see where I can park. Looks like there's some homeless camps back in there. Alright, guys, we have a wooded area here. Maybe there's some homeless camps in there. I'm not sure. This is tollway zone. Can't park here. So this is like a hospital or something. So I see a wooded area I want to explore. It's just, where do we park without getting towed away? Oh, look, a blue Bentley. I bet you that's a practicing practitioner right there. Well, we don't want to get towed away, so that's not going to happen. Let's park over here. We don't want to get towed away. Let's see where we can park. Alright, so I see an area I want to explore. It's just where we're going to park. This says it's a towaway zone. And I don't think they're going to tow you, but why take a risk, you know? I think I see where we can park. On the right is an abandoned construction site, but construction sites are a felony in Florida. That says no parking right there. It says no parking. I'm going to go with the hospital. We'll go with the hospital. That looks like the entrance to a homeless camp right there, if I'm not mistaken. I guess we could park across the street. We'll find a place to park. That's going to be the main thing. I don't think they're going to tow us away at this hospital, but I'm not going to take a chance. It's not worth getting towed. There's an alligator right there. If you guys want to see an alligator, here, I'll show you guys an alligator here in a minute. I guess the real issue here is just finding a place to park. That's going to be the real challenge. There's a big alligator right here on the right. I'll park over here and we'll walk across the street. But I'll show you guys this alligator. It's right there. We'll have to walk up to it. Yeah, there's an alligator right there. I think we can park over here on the right. And we'll have to walk around. There's an alligator over here. Well, there's some wooded land over here. It's not a construction site anymore because it's abandoned. I'm not sure. You don't want to trespass into a construction site in Florida. That's a really bad idea. But I don't think this is an active construction. I think this is just like, it's abandoned at this point. Do you like Bad Bunny? Absolutely not. I think his music sucks. Give me a second. I want to make sure my battery's not dead on this phone. No, I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. I think his music sucks. I think his performance at the Super Bowl was okay, but I'm not a fan of his music at all. It's very vulgar, and I don't like it. I do not like Bad Bunny's music. You don't even like Alejandro Fernandez. I don't. I like Los Buki, Los Temerario. All right, guys, so there's a large alligator over here. Let's see how close we can get to it. Oh, check out these footprints, guys. Look at the size of those footprints. Look, here's my hand. Look at that. Is that a deer or a hog? What do you guys think? Wow. Look at the size of those footprints, guys. That's a deer right there. Look at that. Deer or hog? What do you guys think? Look at that. Is it a deer or a hog? What do you guys think? A hog. We got to be super careful. Hog or deer? We got to be super careful if it's a hog. Dog? No, that is not a dog. There's an alligator right there. We got to be real careful. You can see that we're in a drought. There's a big alligator over here. That's a big foot, dude. That's like a hog. Maybe like a 400-pound hog or something. Gotta be real careful. Yeah, it's fresh too. That's like from today. So, I wish I had my polarized glasses because there's big gators in this lake. See, this is the thing about Florida. You better think twice before you walk near a lake in Florida. See, you can see the alligators. They lay right here. But there's an alligator a little bit further ahead. I don't know if we can see from here. It's a little bit further that way. There's a big gator right there, but let me see if we can go around the back. I do have a tripod on me, yes. That is a big hog, dude. The footprints on that thing. So, I think that's fresh enough to where we should be scared. I want to get close to this alligator. Let's see how if we can show you guys this alligator from close up. Oh, dude, these are all sticky weed. We don't want to go in there. Look, all that right there is sticky weed. We don't want to go anywhere near that. So I'll show you guys the lake from the water. And besides, those look like hog footprints. We don't want to be anywhere near that. I'll show you guys the gator from the road. Well, the thing is that there's a road. Those are big footprints, guys. Look at the size of those footprints, dude. That's a big... If it's a deer, it's the biggest deer I've ever freaking seen a footprint for. I'll show you guys the alligator. Relax. You'll get to see it. I wanted to show you guys from up close, but there's no way of getting to it. That is wicked. Dude, Florida's wild, man. It's not a joke out here. If it's a hog, it's a few hundred pounds. Oh, we were right by the alligator. Look, it's right there. Look how close we were to the alligator. It's right there. It is right there. See it right there? You see the alligator right there? We were actually... So we were right there. So we were actually like 20 feet from the alligator. These are coyotes right here. That's a dog right there. That's a coyote. And then that's a raccoon right there. That's a raccoon. That's a coyote. And then there was a hawk. Look at the size of this shell. Wow. Dude. That's the size of this shell. Wow. Quite the shell right there, dude. That shell is a legitimate weapon if you throw at somebody. Okay. Yeah, the wildlife has nowhere to go is the problem. All right, guys, so there's the alligator. Right there. You see he's going in the water. You can just see his tail right there in the center of the screen. He's going in the water. He didn't like us. So he's going in the water. He's not that big. There's way bigger ones around here. Oh, look at all these fish in the water that got spooked here. The water level's really low. But, yeah, the alligator didn't like us. We weren't that far from it. We could have got closer. So, I think there might be a homeless camp over here. Yes, I have been to Colorado. That's an impressive place. Colorado's pretty cool. I wore tall logging boots. Toe, man. Make sure I locked my truck. I'm pretty sure I did, but let's make sure we locked it. In case there's crackheads in the woods looking for free stuff. There might have been a homeless camp over here. We'll find out. Yes, if you're fishing in Florida, you need a license. Yes, I liked Colorado. Colorado's pretty cool. You got to get used to that elevation, though. I would have stayed longer in Colorado, but the elevation sickness really got to me. I struggled with the elevation quite a bit. Elevation sickness is quite a thing. Yes, Lakewood Ranch has great infrastructure. It's all for rich people that live out here, so no lack of infrastructure. There's actually a dried up lake over here. These are interesting places to explore. Yeah, they have sidewalks. I mean, you have a bike lane on both sides and a sidewalk on both sides. That's a rich neighborhood in Florida for you. There's everything for the rich people and nothing for the poor. That's Florida. You can go to a poor neighborhood and they have like 10 minutes from here. Here's a trail, guys. Do you guys think we're going to find homeless camps here? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Are there homeless camps here? Let me know what you guys think. Do you believe there are homeless camps here? Before we go in, now I don't know myself. We're just exploring. We gotta know. Does anybody think it's a yes? Yes or no's? Let's get them in before we go in, guys. Get a stabilizer, it'll help. I am on a stabilizer. Okay, so probably not. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. Is there a homeless camp back here? Probably not. I am saying, ooh, I'm not sure on this one. This one's a tough one. I mean, keep in mind, we're far from everything. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, but I might be wrong. Anybody think yes? You think too far from everything? Yes. Okay. So, let's find out. Oh, we almost got hit by a bicyclist. All right, cool. Okay, are there homeless camps back here? I went with a yes. Most of you guys went with a no. A few of you guys said yes. We got some rocks. Let's see what's back here. I can't believe we got signal on Lakewood Ranch. Usually you don't have signal here. All right, so there's a wooded area here. People have been dumping garbage. Now we're going to go in deep. We're going to explore deep. So what makes it a homeless camp? We would have to find signs of somebody sleeping. Pillows, sleeping bags, or tents. Again, I've never been back here in this particular wooded area to know. I've been in the area a lot, but this is a new one to me particularly. So, well, people have been drinking beers, but that's not a homeless camp. For a homeless camp, we would have to have tents and sleeping bags. Or needles, depending on how you like sleeping down there. All right. I can't believe we got signal here. That's crazy. I think maybe with all the new stores, they might have put up but I will tell you, I have been surprised and shocked at some of the places. I think this probably floods most of the time, and that will be the reason why there won't be homeless camps here. But you just never know. That's the thing. You just never know. I think we're on a trail, guys. Huh. Now, we got to be careful because we know there's wild hogs back here, right? That's actually what we saw footprints for. So we got to be real careful. Something has been stomping these woods back here. Could be the wind. Could be a wild hog. We don't know. These are real sketchy spots to be in. It could be that the wind knocked all this down. But nonetheless, we're seeing footprints for coyotes and wild hogs in the area, so it definitely doesn't inspire much trust in what the crap is in here. Let's see here. It could be the wind just blew all this over and killed it. It's possible. Now, there's a dried up riverbed. Skunk apes. That's right. Okay, guys, I see something up ahead. Let's see what we got. So challenging. Crawling over all this stuff makes your feet hurt so much. But I need it. Sucks having to bend over. Ow, my back. All right. It may be a no here. It could be the cold weather that just came through and killed everything. Huh. Could be the cold weather just knocked it all out of the way. Killed everything with the wind. There is a pond in the middle of all this. All right, guys. You can't really. You can't move through this stuff. There's a dried up riverbed. Let me extend this so you guys can see it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. There's no move. You can't move through this stuff. So let's get back on the sidewalk. Ain't nobody going to go through all that to put a camp. You'd be surprised. I've found camps in places you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe the places I found camps before. Hey, Look. We found a tennis ball. That definitely dried out pretty bad. So that's how bad the drought is in Florida right now. You can see this whole area is just, oh, almost fell. Let's get up out of here. Nope, no camps here. But let me tell you, you just never know. You just never know. I'm not gonna hurt you, man. Yeah, man, I'm not homeless. I'm cool, man. You don't even gotta worry about me, man. All right. All right. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. We got more likes than people watching. That's pretty cool. Oh. All right. Nothing like seeing somebody just crawl out of the woods. We found a golf ball, but I don't play golf. I'm not homeless. I'm just crazy. All right. You mind just like crazy Cuban crawling out of the woods. We might be able to get into this spot. I'm throwing that golf ball back in the woods. This guy's... All right, guys. So there is a lake in there that dried up, but I don't think there's any way of getting in there. All right, let's find somewhere else to go, guys. Check out this new Lexus SUV. Aren't they gorgeous? I'm starting to like Lexuses. All right. Well, guys, that's that. Can we get to 200 likes? That would be incredible. I usually strive for 100 likes on our live streams. 200 likes is wow. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And it's a female, so I don't know what you say to a female. Could we get to 200 likes, guys? Usually our goal is 100. If we could double that, I would be impressed. 138 watching. Get that Tesla off the road, man. Get that Tesla off the road, man. All right, guys. Could we get to 200 likes? Because we usually are happy with just 100 likes. What is that? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. No way, dude. We're gonna get to 200 likes on this live stream. That's crazy. All right, so we got to find another wooded area to devastate. Apparently, no homeless people there. I've always wondered if there's homeless people in front of the Manatee Technical College. Anybody ever seen that empty lot and be like, there's somebody living back there? All right. All right, guys, so we're almost at 200 likes. Wicked work. So we can't go in there because there's a construction site here. Those are those footprints we were talking about earlier. Probably a hog or a massive deer. But we can't go over in these woods because it's a construction site. I would love to explore all this, but we can't because it's a construction site. All right. And in Florida, you don't go into construction sites. We could probably park here because it's a road. But let's get back in the car. Why are you so infatuated with how homeless live? Randy, because your mama's homeless and I want to find her. I want to find your mama. I don't get to decide what's popular. The internet does. So guys, check this out. I don't want my phone to die. I'm going to connect the phone to the charger. When I connect it to the charger, there's the distinct possibility that we could lose audio. If we lose audio, let me know. If we have audio, we're good. 3, 2, 1. We're connected. Okay, so do we have audio or not? Let me know. After we started the countdown, do we have audio? Because there's a distinct possibility that we could lose audio by connecting to the charger. It happens sometimes. Okay, we have audio or not? Let me know if you're watching. And by the way, give me the audio is good. We're all set. Perfect. Okay, get me to 200 likes, y'all. I'm out here calling through the woods for you guys. The least you could do is hit the dang like button. I can't believe we're at 200 likes on this live stream. what we're doing today is we're crawling through the woods looking for abandoned places, interesting nature, and homeless people. Why are we so infatuated with homeless people? Because we want to find your mama, brother. I know she's out here somewhere. We want to find her. And maybe, who knows what else could happen. But the real reason is because that's what's happening in Florida right now. And I don't get to depict the stories. You guys do. You know, I'll do my research on what I think you guys would want to watch. And then we come up with videos that I think you guys would like. But I don't get to decide. You know, the internet decides what's interesting. I just have to create the content. So, of course, you know, as a creator, I have the ability to do whatever I want. But it benefits me to make content that gets liked. So here's an issue. If I do a video and it gets 100,000 views, maybe do more videos like that. If I do a video and it gets 1,000 views, probably don't do that again. The homeless series continues to captivate the audience. Not as much as it used to at first. I think when I first started doing the homeless series, it was more captivating back then because it was something new and different. I think now people are kind of used to the notion that this exists. You know, when I first started doing these videos, people were just fascinated with homelessness in Florida because it was kind of like a hidden thing that not a lot of people knew about. You know, it was something different. You know what I mean? Like, people were curious and fascinated at first, but with time, people do lose interest. So, yeah, I guess it's one of those deals where I don't know which way we should go, guys. I know a place we could explore. I just don't think there's signal there. We gotta find a place to explore again now, guys. We gotta find something. There's the landfill. There's a place by the landfill that I know. Okay, I got something for you guys. I got something for you guys. We're gonna go somewhere. Traffic this time of day sucks. Katie, are you watching the live stream? Because I'm getting hungry. Oh, I know where it's something. I'm gonna show you guys something crazy right here on y'all. Now this is kind of crazy. You'll be surprised by this one, guys. I guarantee you'll be surprised by this one. I guarantee it. Now, this one will blow your mind away. They might have cleaned it up. I don't know if they've cleaned it yet. And we have done videos at this camp in the past. That's why I know it's there. This one will surprise you. This one will definitely surprise you. Crap happened there. All right. This one will definitely probably surprise you. Because it's facing 64. Okay. Oh man, poison ivy. Oh yeah, plenty of poison ivy out here. All right, guys. So let's do this. Disconnected from the charger. Putting the camera on the mount. This one will surprise you. Somebody just dumped the refrigerator right there. That's crazy. Hopefully there's not a body in it. It's crazy for somebody to dump a refrigerator here, huh? Do you guys think there's a body inside? Let's find out. This is kind of strange that somebody would dump a refrigerator here. I'm going to put on gloves because I don't want to be part of a crime scene. Do you guys think there's a body inside the refrigerator? Let me know. I'm going to put on gloves just to play it safe. Can you believe somebody would dump a refrigerator on the side of Highway 64? not too. It's too small for her body. How would you know that? It's like, have you done this before? That's creepy. It's definitely peculiar that somebody would drop a refrigerator here. Nothing inside. We're good. Okay. All right, guys. So, do you guys think there's a homeless camp here? What do you guys think? Obviously, I've already told you the answer. I kind of already told you guys the answer. There used to be a trail here, but people have been dumping garbage illegally here. People have been illegally dumping garbage here. This is all, ow, crap. People have been dumping garbage here illegally on the trail. So now the trail is not accessible. Somebody, let's see if we can get in here. We'll put our foot over this branch. Oh. People have been dumping garbage here. Oh, look at all these sticky weeds. Oh no. We're in a field of sticky weeds. Oh no. Oh no. What store is this from? Costco. Well, if Costco's watching today's video, we have found some of your property. Oh, there used to be a really large homeless camp back here, but I think they cleaned it, guys. They cleaned it. There used to be a very large homeless camp back here. I think they started clearing it out. Watch out for man, bear, pig, yeah. All right. Give me a second, guys. I gotta tie my shoes. If we gotta run. Yeah. All right, guys. We found the toilet right here. We got a toilet right here. Got some tarps right here. Now you got some pallet right here. Now this camp was actually a really big camp. They've cleared it out. I think they might be planning to build back here because this used to be a real mess. They've cleaned it out. But there used to be a really huge camp back here. And I think oh wow, they moved everything over there, guys. Look, everything's over there now. Let's go over there. So I don't know what's going on here. There might be more homeless people in back here now. Okay, guys, you guys ready for this? This is gonna blow your freaking mind. You guys ready? What? You guys ready for this? Hello, anybody here? Anybody here? Hello? Hello? Hello, anybody here? Hello? Coming through, coming through. Anybody here? Hello? All right, guys, so you guys already know what time it is out here. Now, there's more shopping carts over here. What the crap, right? All right, guys. What do you guys think about this little spot? Crazy, huh? There's a mattress right here. Crazy stuff, huh? Gotta be real careful because we're walking on stuff here that's... Ain't no telling what the crap is out here. There's no telling what the crap is out here, y'all. No telling what the crap is out here, y'all. This is like a mattress. What is this stuff? Is this like mold? What the crap is this? There's a big treasure chest right there. Mattress in here. So you can tell that there was a camp here. You can see the tarp. Here's the tarp right here. But the tarp, probably the hurricane destroyed this camp. More than anything, this camp was probably destroyed by the hurricane. See some of these signs here. Facts, the mattress is definitely nasty. Very springy, I'm jumping on it. Yo, somebody there? Here's somebody moving in. There's somebody moving in the woods over there. Hello? There's somebody moving behind us. So this is a site. Nobody's been here for over a year. This camp's been abandoned for about a year. It was last inhabited during the hurricanes. We had those hurricanes, and that's when these people left. Now, thanks, buddy. There's a lamp. A lamp here. This is somebody's living room for sure, man. Underwear. Got some special salmonella being bred there. I mean, somebody's living room, right? It's crazy. The site is easy to hurt yourself here. All right. So, and there's just like, if you just dig a hole here, there's just stuff everywhere. I know, right? You could probably make a few $100s back here. I didn't even thought about that, guys. If things get tough, I'm going to come scrap all this metal, minus the shopping carts, of course. You could make some good money on scrap metal here. You'd have to drag it out to the highway, though. I don't think you can park anywhere near this stuff. You need a... Problem is, you'd have to... You're right, dude. There's probably a few $100s of scrap metal back here. If scrap metal hits 10 per 100, it wouldn't be a bad gig. If scrap metal would hit, like... I don't think metal prices are that good right now. But But if it hits like 10 per 100, you could probably make 150 bucks back here. I don't see any aluminum ladders yet. Did you see aluminum ladder anywhere? There might have been one. But yeah, no, for sure. If scrap metal prices got a little higher, it'd be worth it. I think right now it's only at $750. That's just not enough. But it would be a... Well, yeah, if things get bad, there's definitely some money sitting back here. You're right about that. You can't take the shopping carts. That's illegal. Well, if you need money, you need money. Sometimes you need money. It's a lot of work. I used to be a scrapper. I know all of this. So they had a fence back here at some point. Look. Hey, look, there's a coin jar. A little coin jar. Little coin jar there. Helmet. Yeah, I guess the price of metal would have to be a little bit higher. But look, dude, I don't know what this is. This is heavy right here, dude. That right there? What is that? This is heavy right here. This is heavy right here. What the crap is this thing? That's crazy. I'll make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't hit it yet. See what the crap is in the shopping cart. That was like some Bergenberry rat. Anybody care to read a book? This garbage bin right here, this brute thing is worth $50. Yeah, this thing's worth like 50 bucks. That is a good landscaping brute bag, man. There's definitely some money back here. I wish I had a property, man. If I had a property, I'd pick up all the scrap metal. But I don't have land anymore. I live in an apartment. So this is dangerous. You can tell they're burying their garbage here. So this is like a burn pit right here. Look at that. I even got freaking flooring material out here. Here's another brute thing. These brute things are like, what, 40 bucks a piece? 50 bucks if you buy them new? Trailer hitch right there. Trailer hitch pin right there. Crazy spot, huh? Walgreens. Except for, I don't think there's a Walgreens anywhere near here. This looks like Bradenton. We're actually in Lakewood Ranch, believe it or not. This box is super heavy. What is that? Oh, here's money right here, guys. Look, that's a battery. Look, a battery right there, guys. That's scrap. That's money at the scrapyard right there. That right there is $14 at the scrapyard. Right there, guys. That's $14 at the scrapyard. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. Wow. $14 at the scrapyard, that one giant battery. Gotta be careful here not to step on nails. There's a wood platform here, but it's rotting. So weird. This is a wood platform we're on. But you'll fall right through it. Now, just because you're homeless doesn't mean you can't have nice things. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of this, and I can't do it because I'm doing a live stream right now. If somebody watching wants to take a screenshot of this and see what it's worth on the internet. What is this worth, guys? Look it up. Somebody watching, take a screenshot and run it past Google and see what it tells you. I can't do it because I'm obviously live streaming and I'll lose the live stream if I go on Google. But somebody watching this live stream, take a screenshot of this and run it past the Google image filter thing and see what it tells you. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you can't have an extraordinarily expensive lamp in your living room. Somebody wants to do it and tell me what it's worth. I'm curious to know. $25. Okay, it ain't worth crap. All right, it's only worth $25. What was the description? What did it tell you it was worth, or it was? I mean, if you were a picker, you could probably make, between scrap metal. Now, I gotta be real careful because I'm standing on like a platform here. If you were a scrap metal picker, $33, somebody said, okay. If you're a scrap metal picker, you could probably make $300 or $400 just cleaning up this site right here. Easily, you can make a few $100s cleaning up this site. Just on scrap metal and valuables alone. Oh, I fell right through the hole. Dang it. Oh, good thing I'm wearing boots. Dude, the amount of scrap metal here is insane. There's another shopping cart. And inside of the shopping cart, look at how much aluminum and metal there is back here. There really is a lot of scrap metal back here. Of course, I'm not healthy enough to do this anymore. You would have to be extraordinarily healthy. There's an upside down table here, so we gotta be real careful on that. Suitcase. This person was a dang homeless hoarder back here, man. These people were hoarding back here in these woods, man. There's another one of these ace bins. Whoever was back here was a hoarder, man. He's probably in jail right now watching this live stream. Like, I hope he doesn't take my stuff, man. Ow. Nuts, right? I see $34. Okay. There's an aluminum water jug. There's a blanket over here. Child's cart. All right, guys. We could be back here all night exploring this one single camp. This camp was abandoned during the hurricane. And I always remind people that there could be anything in here. Good or bad. Probably bad. So, let's leave before something bad happens to you. Now, this is kind of dangerous because it's like you're just walking on a rotting platform of some sort. This place is nuts, man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. That was an evicted family. So sad. No, I don't think it was an evicted family. I think it was a homeless person who just dumpster dove a lot. This was a homeless person who was a dumpster diver. And they just dumpster dove and dumpster dove. It was one of those homeless people with a little bicycle trailer. And they were dumpster diving and dumpster diving and dumpster diving, baby. Crap, there's even a speaker box out here. Look at this. Even a speaker box. This is somebody who was a dumpster diver. A professional dumpster diver who just dumpster dove and dumpster dove and dumpster dove. And eventually, he filled the woods with 10 tons of garbage for the property owner to have to clean up. I feel bad for the property owner. But then I don't because he's rich and he owns property and I'm homeless. So why the crap would I care, right? Not homeless, but you get the idea. All right, guys. Quite the sight here. And this place, I'm going to guess, in the winter would flood tremendously. I would just assume that this place would flood a lot in the winter. In the summer, I mean, what am I saying? How many shopping carts do you need? It's a real question. about this homeless camp is how many shopping carts do you need? And stolen bicycles, of course. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to be ending today's live stream. I think we've explored a lot and we've seen a lot, and we're starting to understand how bad the homeless problem is in Florida. It's pretty bad. It's definitely, there's homelessness everywhere. Even here in Lakewood Ranch, right? A rich area like Lakewood Ranch, you wouldn't expect there to be homelessness here, but there is, and there's a lot of it. Now we have got to leave this wooded area and find our way out of here. It took crawling over some garbage piles to get in here. I can see the road there, but I don't think I'll be able to exit through here. Let's take a look. You can see how the cold weather has just killed all the vegetation. So let's see if we can get up out of these woods. There's a possible trailhead here. Lakewood Ranch, y'all. Would you believe this is Lakewood Ranch? What the crap is this? What the crap is that? It's like a book bag with a vacuum on it. What the crap is that? All right, guys. Like I told you, we are in Lakewood Ranch. Look, Lakewood Ranch. Isn't that crazy? All right, guys. I'm going to check out. I'm exhausted. I've been crawling through the woods all day. If you enjoyed watching today's video, you will enjoy the video that I'll be uploading tonight, which will show you the places we were at today, earlier, because I've been in the woods all day long. So, racist Florida. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but sure. Yes, this is in fact Lakewood Ranch, and yes, there's a crap load of homeless people here. The only thing I want to ask you guys is to please hit the like button on your way out. Dora the Explorer, that's right. I hope you guys liked today's video. We're going to check out from Lakewood Ranch. Yes, there's a lot of homelessness, even in Lakewood Ranch, believe it or not. That's how bad Florida's homeless problem is, that even rich, fast-growing areas like this have these scenarios going on. Please hit the like button on the way out. Thank you for being here with me. I'm going to end today's live stream. Thank you all. Why are you so